Hello everyone and welcome to the 60X Business Show. My name is Kitumaini and together with my guest we will have different conversations about business, entrepreneurship and life. This is the show you've been waiting for. Stay tuned. In today's conversation, my guest is an amazing young entrepreneur. He's the CEO and founder of Smart Class Limited, which is an EdTech startup here in Rwanda that provides an e-learning platform that connects students to mentors. And they also provide an e-library. And in the studio, he's now Abdul Nionizer. Abdul, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you very much, Christian. I'm very happy to be here.
How are you today?
I'm feeling excited. I'm very happy being here.
Wonderful. It's my pleasure to have you. On the 60X, you'll be spinning the wheel and randomly we select a number and from there I'll ask you a question. Are you ready?
Interesting. Yeah, I'm ready.
Relax. It's going to be fun and it's going to be fine. Over to you.
Okay.
What's your lucky number?
Let's see. 7.
7. Is 7 your lucky number?
I don't know if I have that one.
You don't have a lucky number?
I think.
Wonderful. So Abdul got number 7. Can you tell me more who is Abdul and why did you decide to venture into EdTech?
Thank you very much. The idea actually came from sort of my personal experience when I was a student in high school. And, I studied in 2 different schools and I've learned the difference between the two. And I realized that so many people and so many students specifically are into the same bubble, In general, students are curious to know what's happening in the other schools and, and sometimes, yes, schools are quite different. Some of them are fully infrastructured with maybe school labs, school libraries, even the experience in winning the national examinations compared to the others. So I felt that both, but luckily I landed into one of the excellent schools in Rwanda, and I really enjoyed that difference. But thinking of the people who who would not easily afford that, there's very few schools, sometimes expensive. I decided to create this solution to bridge this gap. And this is what led me here. And after having this experience, I also started researching different things in education and came to realize that is the SDG number 4. It's whenever the education is strong, I think the country is also developing either faster. Education is a key for the life of the country in my understanding. So this means the sort of long-lasting as a business in the market as you are serving the sector which will never cease or run out. So yeah, that is what drove us here as a team, and I'm really enjoying serving the people and helping all of these students have access to the quality of education anytime and anywhere.
Interesting. And is it something that growing up you had passion about, or you came to discover the needs about education while growing up?
I think I even enjoyed it maybe in my younger age. I remember when before I even started the nursery and primary studies, I used to go to the mosque, so after studying different things, I had to also gather my fill of kids who were very young, maybe the age 5, 6. So I had to also repeat and help them relearn with us. So I think maybe I enjoy it. I even enjoy sharing experience in normal life. So maybe it was it, but I couldn't say that I was so much of interested in education at first until I faced this challenge and started doing researches to understand how big this problem might be and how helpful this solution can be. So being honest, this was the main reason, not other aside.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And if you just joined us, my guest in the studio is Abdul, and he's the CEO and founder of Smart Class. And just a little bit of background, Smart Class is an EdTech startup here in Rwanda that provides a platform connecting students to mentor. They also have an library component to that. And my follow-up question is, we've seen during this pandemic a lot of business being affected. I know in your specific case, the school program were put on hold during the total lockdown. How is your business has been affected by COVID-19, and how are you navigating around that?
It's the COVID-19 has been, I couldn't say too bad to us, because at the start, the mindset towards the e-learning and students adapting to the e-learning wasn't really, something usual in Rwandan community. But with the pandemic, people got to understand and to find some other alternatives towards the learning. And we've been there already, because we started this company back in 2018, and you understand by 2020 we had some experience by the time. So the pandemic, of course, hit us because we used to visit schools physically and be able to pitch to either the administration or to train the students, physically. So since the pandemic and everyone was locked in house, so we couldn't afford to do that physically since everyone was in homes. So we adopted the other methodology of creating the tutorials. You can watch the tutorial and then you can register yourself. You can also learn how to ask questions, how to access these learning materials, how to maybe chat with your mentor. All of this had to be done fully digital with zero access to people. So this was kind of a challenge, because not so many people were already used to this e-learning thing. So, but the other side of acquiring, like, let's say maybe customers and making sales, it was somehow better, because this time schools were calling us, and even students were themselves interested because they were already facing a problem. So we even got the fast increase in the number of students joining the platform. Other than not having ability to physically visit schools, but the numbers has been growing fast.
So this pandemic played in your favor to grow some of your numbers.
But especially in terms of the mindset. At the start, we used to visit schools and interest them about the project, and some of them were like, "Why do we have to use this project? We already have physical classes. Teachers are coming," and so they didn't understand that. But even if physical classes could be working, we are just complementing them. We are giving students the extra opportunity to ask questions when they are doing their homeworks. Like, not so many students have the home coaching, these teachers in their homes to help them through. But what we did is we first connect the students from the same classes, but from different schools. This time, if you post a question, we call it posting challenges. If you post a challenge, every student on the platform who is in, let's say maybe you're a senior 5 student, let's say maybe PCB. If you are a senior 5 PCB student, this time every senior 5 student who has signed up on Smart Class will be able to have to see your question, and if they know it, they will help you. If they don't, we have live teachers from 6 to 9 p.m. every day who are supposed to check through all of it and then say, okay, maybe Mr. Christian has got it right, or they provide the answer to this thing. So they couldn't grab this service this time, but since the pandemic, they already know this is the way to go, so it was easy. The mindset has grown towards the technology, and we really took that advantage.
Perfect, that's beautiful. Let's spin the wheel for another round of questions. You got 7. What's going to be your next lucky number?
Okay. One more time.
It's in between 6 and 7. Please spin again.
Okay, let's go.
This is so fun.
Mm, 11.
That's 11, I see. And we've seen during this pandemic a lot of entrepreneurs growing their business. As you said, you've increased your number during of students adopting online classes. Can you tell me more about the platform? For some people who like to learn about your platform, and what are the requirements to join? If I'm a student, what are the requirements for me to join the platform? And on average, how many users do you currently have on the platform?
Thank you very much. SmartClass, the platform is called smartclass.rw, and it is an e-learning platform that is connecting all secondary school students that are learning similar academic subjects and are in the same classes for the purpose of one learning from another to leverage, and also we provide them with live teachers from 6 to 9 p.m. every day, and you also provide them with the e-library, whereby we have books, we have past papers, we have notes from a couple of schools, and most especially we also have these video recorded courses to help you understand more about maybe a certain topic. We usually ask students which topic weren't understood well. Did you not get well in your physical classes that you would like us to repeat for you? And we ask our facilitators to do short videos between 3 to 5 minutes maximum, so that they can this time rewatch this video and understand more about the topic they've had in their classes. So and lastly, we also have the mentorship, whereby when you visit the platform, you have a list of experts, let's say in business, let's say the very experienced people in education. Let's say maybe a teacher who's been teaching maybe for 15 years. He or she will share with you some tips on how to become maybe a successful student, how to understand math, all of this. So we provide a range of experts, either business, either sexual health, and different sectors of life to help you learn and also get this help aside if you want to. So in short, that is SmartClass.
And on average, how many users do you have on the platform?
German?
How many users?
Oh yeah, we are currently serving around 12,000 students.
Oh, interesting number. And what do you think has contributed to your success to reach that bigger number?
I think the very first thing that I realized is that this was a problem at first. It was a problem. I get this because whenever we pitch to students, especially students, they realize this challenge. They'll be like, when I'm doing my homeworks, I have to, if I get stuck, I have to wait, and then maybe I arrive at school earlier, and then I check from my colleague, and I copy and paste. So the students specifically understand, this challenge and what we can help them with. So I think at first it was that we were fixing this problem, and the next is SmartClass is made up of young people, mostly of my age. So we think in the perspective of the people that we are serving. If you look at SmartClass, it's a less boring platform. Okay. So we really do our best to be in the shoes of the students. So and this team has been a very helpful thing towards this success, because we ran also a couple of surveys to understand what's missing. Are we really hitting the right spots? So I think the team and the fact that the idea itself has been solving the problem is the major keys to success so far.
Interesting. That's amazing. And my follow-up question is, from an investment perspective, why should an investor invest in your startup?
Investors, you're very welcome. I believe it's first, education is the sector that is always growing. Next, we have the copyright for the design for SmartClass that will last for up to 10 years, which gives us the ability to serve as many people as possible. which is also giving this investor the credibility and the probability to get his money back. We are not only just making money, we are also, let me call it, impact-led, team. So other than just making also money, we are looking forward to make sure we have impacted people. Like we have set ourselves on the goal of achieving like 20% plus of the success rate in the national examination. So I believe that when you invest in our company, you have both. You get your money and you'll be impacting people. I believe this really makes us a different company because we are not only making money, we are looking forward to impact this community and empower these young people. Because like you've seen the statistics during the pandemic, millions and millions of students got out of access to education. Yes, this time I think countries like Rwanda are doing really, really a great job towards the the new normal, But still, trust me, the building of infrastructures will take more years compared to finding some other fast ways, which I can mention. Smart Class is the fastest way to provide many students with access to the quality education. I say this because we also got this interesting partnership with MTN, whereby the platform is now 0 rated. That means that students can have access to Smart Class, can browse Smart Class, whether they have MBs, what's so-called data, whether they have the internet, the MBs or not. This is really interesting, and whoever who have the gadget and using, let's say, maybe MTN SIM cards, this time you have fully access to Smart Class, whether you have bought the MBs or not. I think from the perspective of the investors, this is a very competitive advantage, if I say so. And this is going to help you understand how fast we can reach to these people and how quickly, with less of obstacles, we can serve this community. So the investors will be very happy to work with us, I believe.
Perfect. And talking about investor and revenue, I know from an investment perspective, even for the sustainability and growth plan of the company, making money is very, very key. And your platform connects students to mentors. Can you tell me, how do you guys make money?
Oh, yes. We charge every sign-up, every student. And we have two pricing strategies. One is school-based, fees, whereby we charge $3,000 per student per term. And when a student is an individual, we charge $3,500 per month. We've done that to encourage schools to work with us, because this time even schools have extra, like other than connecting students to their other classmates from different schools and accessing all of these learning materials that we've talked about. For the schools, in the perspective of a school, we also provide them with the portals. We call them school private portals, whereby the school can share the homeworks, where schools can also send the communications, reminders in form of text messages. And this time also schools can also run the live classes if they want to. Let's say we're either in lockdowns or they have something special that they want to run online. Let's say maybe some of the parents want to follow the parents' meeting online. So we have this private portal for them that they can use it for whatever they want. So we encourage schools to work with us to also gain these extra benefits, but also it helps us to follow up with every student, because we can easily track, if we work with the school, we can easily track how students are improving. Is the cheating level slowing down? But if we are only working with the student, we can only track their progress only by the Smart Class quizzes that we run very often, like once in a while. But this is okay, but since it's fully online, we don't think it's very accurate. This is why we encourage ourselves to work with schools to understand that with a very critical, supervision of the test, this student has grown, he's, growing. So, yeah, it's 3,000 per student per term when we are working directly with your school, and it's 3,500 when you are an individual. Yeah.
Perfect. That's that beautifully said. And for schools, students, mentors, if you're watching now, just make sure you go and check Smart Class out. Let's spin the wheel for another round of questions. You got 7, you got 11. What's your next lucky number, Abdul?
Let me see. I'll be
4. You're playing for 4? Wonderful. As we know, the EdTech sector where we are operating in, it's really an exciting sector, and it's really growing rapidly. And globally, the market share of the EdTech sector is around $90 billion market. And how is Smart Class planning to tap into the vast growing opportunity as you're growing?
Thank you very much. We already got the interest from some neighboring, I couldn't even say neighboring countries, but some countries, to mention Namibia and Gabon, people, they already reached out, they were interested with the infrastructure because, they said, they believe they can also use it and it can be helpful to them. So we already have this plan, and fortunately that we are still focusing on making sure that the people who made us think of this solution are fully served. This is, to be honest, this is still our focus now, but we have the plans to grow. As soon as we have the satisfied market of Rwanda, which is we expect to have been reached every single school by the next 3 years, and we are looking forward to work with different people, different partners to make this journey a little bit faster. And as soon as we know that Rwanda is already happy with what we are providing, and our students are already performing well, they no longer suffer from being in a school whereby maybe they don't fully maybe have access to all of these infrastructures that we are bringing online. We'll be ready to jump into this market. But for now, we already started the conversations with these people, but we will not invest our team into that, but we can work together with them on the infrastructure, like giving them infrastructure, but the whole implementation will be by them. This time we are still focusing on Rwanda, and as soon as Rwanda is fine and good, then we can jump into the other markets ourselves.
Perfect. And I like the bigger vision of the company, expansion plan to Botswana, Namibia, and while focusing on putting the good foundation in Rwanda. We know for some startup they try to make Rwanda as their proven concept market, test everything, make good solid foundation before they can scale. And I see you also thinking about expanding to new geography, and which is really, really amazing. And I will shift the gears a little bit from work to ask you a personal question. Abdul, as an individual, can you tell us what motivates you in life?
I'm actually motivated with change and being impactful. It's like for me, having the basics is like let's say maybe you can eat, maybe you have transport, maybe all of this. I take it as a basic thing until someone is doing something for the other people. So like if I know I'm being helpful or of a use to the community, or I'm serving the other people, or I'm fixing the problem, that's where I feel alive.
Yeah.
The others are just the basic. I think everyone who's alive, in one way or another, got some food, or So I believe that being of helpful to people, to the community, is what I think it's what drives me. Yeah, I feel alive and very happy when I know I'm fixing a problem or I'm contributing something to the community. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's spin the wheel for another round of questions. You got 7, 11, 4. What's your next lucky number? Whenever there's a combination of 7, 11, it's always fun.
13, I guess.
Got 13.
Yeah.
Amazing. Just assume you wake up in 2050, right? You've been featured lately in the news. Just imagine you wake up from your bed in 2050. What headline would you like to see in the news about Smart Class? That's closer to 30 years from now.
2050?
If you wake up in 2050, I guess you will be planning it. You'll be in your retirement plan.
Okay.
Somewhere at the beach in Mombasa, waking up, checking the news in the New Times. Mm-hmm. What headline, and they are talking about Smart Class, what headline would you like to see?
The gigantic company, EdTech company that is now operating all over the world.
Can you repeat that again for the people?
I'd love to hear Smart Class entitled "The Gigantic EdTech Company from Rwanda Now, serving in all over the world."
Wow,
yeah.
That's beautiful. And I'd like to follow up with that. How does it feel to be an entrepreneur?
Personally, it feels great. Like I said earlier, what I now enjoy more is that I know I'm not only making money, and I'm also impacting my community, empowering my people. So, but it really feels good. You are in the position to drive the team towards big things, and it gives you the sense of thinking big, whether you want to or not, because you are always on the race. If you look at our daily responsibilities, is we are supposed to make sure that we are either allocating the resources in the right direction in the company, we are still moving where we wanted to go. We are always working to maintain and to grow the businesses. So it feels really awesome because it gives you a sense of responsibility that whenever you shake, even if we shake as a team, but when I am alone, I think is because it's like you have all the powers to fix problems. So whenever you're not doing great, and whenever the company is not moving the way you thought it should be moving, I sit back and be like, what am I really not doing right? Yeah. Why am I not maybe setting the other goals, or am I not maybe encouraging the team to do it? Because I believe that we have the right talents to do things, because if we've done what we did in the past 3 years, then we can do more. So it really feels great, and I love the fact that you are always under pressure to think and find ways to grow and fix all the challenges that the company is facing. Whether you're the one fixing it yourself, or you are helping the whole team, you are working with your team towards the solution. So it really feels great. You are always a part of what's going on in the company. So I love that.
Wonderful.
Good.
And by that, we are coming to the end of this conversation. And my guest was Abdul Nionize, who is the CEO and founder of Smart Class. And Smart Class is a EdTech startup here in Rwanda, and also a platform that connects students to mentor. And they also have a new library component part of it. Thanks a lot, Abdul, for making it to the show.
Thank you very much for hosting us.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
The conversation continues on social media using the hashtag 60xbusiness. Until next time, be safe, wear your mask, wash your hands. My name is Kitumaini, and you're watching KC2.